particularly well, but arriving nicely on the scene now, Red Cadeaux appears to be going best of the bunch. 3 furlongs left to go. Red Cadeaux from Guest of the Nation, a neck between them. Decorum trying to stick with them, but still under furious riding, followed by Callaloo, and these 4 have broken clear now from in 5th place Horsley Warrior. Now heels dropped away very tame. He's going to be beaten out of sight as they race round for the home straight. It is Red Cadeaux opening up a bit. Decorum on the outside. His rider, Ricky Mullen, hasn't given up the ghost, but he needs something special now as this Red Cadeaux's gone 2.5 to 3 lengths clear. Decorum wandering off a true line. Guest of the Nation has run his race back in 3rd. Callaloo is next, but it's all about Red Cadeaux and Seb Sanders up the home straight, easing 6 lengths clear. Red Cadeaux has won well. From Decorum in 2nd place, Guest of the Nation finished 3rd, Callaloo 4th, and the other 4 virtually walking home miles behind.
Towards the home turn. Admiral of the Red in front of Nebula Storm. They're being followed in 3rd place by Red Cadeaux. Zereshan improving on the inside. And now as they race across towards the final 2.5. Admiral of the Red with challenging on either side. Red Cadeaux the stand side. Zereshan the far side. Address unknown. And then Nebula Storm. And now on the near side, Red Cadeaux has hit the front. From Zereshan, Admiral of the Red and Address unknown. Nebula Storm has dropped right out. But it's the solitary English challenger, Red Cadeaux, who's out in front now as they race inside the last 200 yards. And Red Cadeaux is storming home to win it by 8 lengths for Tom McLaughlin and Ed Dunlop. Zereshan wins the battle for 2nd, with Admiral of the Red. Address unknown is 4th.
Get set.
Right, here we go, boys.
Rocker to come in. Takes her place. Field set.
Yep.
Ready for the Emirates Melbourne Cup. They're off. American Dunedin both jump well. So did Lucas Cranach and Act First Sight. Niwot got away well. So did Elo and Precedence down on the inside, and Lost at the Moment's prominent with the Verminator. Drunken Sailor in behind them. Tullamore shot straight over onto the fence from an outside barrier. Let's see American. He's got back beyond midfield. Managar's improving out wide. Dunedin about the middle of the bunch. Shamrock are very deep. And it's a moderate tempo, and they are really bunched up. Don't often see them this tightly positioned, with Elo a narrow leader. Niwot going up on his outside, and At First Sight right up there on the pace with Managar deeper. Just off them, Jukebox Jury. Precedence pulling over on the inside. Followed by the Verminator as they come down towards the judge. Not far away, Moyon Corniche. Followed by Lost in the Moment. He'll be about 7 or 8 lengths off the lead, but they're not going quickly. Moden, his stablemate on his outside. Drunken Sailor to the fence. Shamrocker can't get in. Lucas Cranach, Tullamore. Hawkeye nearly fell. He got skittled there. They're followed by Dunedin. Fox Hunt's on his outside. Further back as they leave the straight, American on the back of Fox Hunt and Red Cadeaux. Hawk Island trying to recover. Sapta Party well back, followed by Unusual Suspect. And then came at the end of the field here is Older Than Time. And back there with him is Glass Harmonium. So he is back last. So they head out towards the 1,700 metres, and Elo goes away with a long, long lead early in the Melbourne Cup. And he goes 6 or 7 lengths on Managar, about 3 lengths away At First Sight. Then Jukebox Jury and Niwot on the inside. Precedence pulling his way around them. Then Moyon Canesian, the Verminator. Drunken Sailor a length and a half away, next over on the inside. And he's being followed, Lost in the Moment. Moden right behind him. Then Lucas Cranach. Tullamore in the brown colours, the rail from Shamrocker. Then Dunedin, well back is Hawk Island and Fox Hunt. Red Cadeaux, American, Sapta Party, Unusual Suspect. And Older Than Time second last, and Glass Harmonium is at the tail of the field. About 1,300 metres left to go. It's Elo the leader. Cummings pair out in front for the time being. At the 1,200 metres, Elo by 3 lengths precedence. 3 lengths Managar. Jukebox Jury At First Sight running down in 5th placing. A length and a half, Moyon Corniche down on the inside rail. Followed by Niwot on his outside. Then came the Verminator, 1,000 to go. Moden next from Drunken Sailor, Lucas Cranach. Shamrocker out wide. Tullamore next, and then Dunedin about 10 off the leader. Followed Hawk Island and Fox Hunt, Red Cadeaux. And then came Glass Harmonium, Sapta Party, American with a lot to do today. Then Unusual Suspect and Older Than Time on the swing. And it's the 2 Cummings runners still. Elo the inside and Precedence. The challengers are coming. Niwot around the outside puts in his run. Moden's off the track. Managar comes on. Then came At First Sight looking for the way clear. Dunedin trying to find a way through. Lucas Cranick on the seam of the big run. With 300 metres to go now, Precedence hit the lead, but Managar challenges strongly. Lucas Cranick and getting up on the inside, lost at the moment with a challenge. Here's Red Cadeaux starting to flash home on the outside now. Lucas Cranick hit the lead. Red Cadeaux coming down the outside. Dunedin is coming through in the middle. Dunedin, Red Cadeaux and Lucas Cranick. Dunedin is coming hard. Dunedin, Red Cadeaux. Dunedin and Red Cadeaux, they hit the line. A photo finish between Dunedin and Red Cadeaux, nothing in it. Third placing Lucas Cranick, I'd say, from American. Not much between those two. Just off those horses, Managar. Foxadu came back.
12 Yorkshire Cup. Here's Stuart Machin.
And they are all in. They're off to race over 1 3/4 miles for the Group 2 Sporting Bet Yorkshire Cup. And early pace comes from the grey Electrolyzer and Harris Tweed, both confirmed front runners. And it's Harris Tweed who strides on from Electrolyzer, with former Ledger winner Arctic Cosmos settling in third. Then Red Cadeaux in a pale sleeve jacket occupying fourth place early on to Glenn's Diamond pulling hard out wide. Time's Up in a dark jacket is back on the running rail, tracked there by Blue Bajan in the pale silks, and Be Fabulous, Dettori in the all blue of Godolphin aboard the mare, currently just last as they complete the first 2.5 furlongs. So with ears pricked, it's Harris Tweed who sets a rather leisurely lilting early pace in the Yorkshire Cup. Liam Jones stole a quick glance in behind. You'll see that he's a couple of lengths up from Electrolyzer. And a similar margin to Arctic Cosmos, who heads the pursuers, from Red Cadeaux, the pale sleeve jacket. Glenn's Diamond seeing plenty of daylight. Time's Up is tucked away on the inside, stalked by Blue Bajan, the noseband, alongside Be Fabulous. They complete 5 furlongs and make the dogleg turn. And it's Harris Tweed, one of the 4 Ascot Gold Cup entries in the race. It gives the lead to Electrolyzer, Arctic Cosmos. Red Cadeaux, the white face, deep out on the track, Glenn's Diamond. Time's Up weighted with Be Fabulous under a patient ride from Dettori. And then Blue Bajan, twice runner-up in this race, including 12 months ago, observing from the rear. Moving to halfway then in this Group 2 Sporting Bet Yorkshire Cup. No injection in the gallop as yet. Still Harris Tweed lobbing along in front, stalked by the grey Electrolyzer. Arctic Cosmos is a length and a half down from Red Cadeaux. Then Glenn's Diamond in a red and white jacket from Time's Up, Be Fabulous, and finally Blue Bajan. There'll only be 6 lengths first to last, heading now for the final 5.5 furlongs. Harris Tweed about to up the ante, you fancy. Got Electrolyzer for company. Arctic Cosmos is in the slipstream of the leader. Then a half-length Red Cadeaux. Time's Up going okay up the inside, the green sleeve jacket. Glenn's Diamond and Blue Bajan are next, and Be Fabulous is the last one to turn and head for home. So a half-mile left to travel in the Yorkshire Cup. Harris Tweed, Liam Jones in front. Electrolyzer shaken up in second. Arctic Cosmos the far side. Red Cadeaux and Time's Up on the move from Glenn's Diamond, Blue Bajan and Be Fabulous. A little outpaced in last place as the gallop unwinds. Harris Tweed trying to shake them off. Down to the final 2.5 furlongs. Electrolyzer the grey won't go away. Red Cadeaux away to the left, on the right Arctic Cosmos from Blue Bajan. Time's Up angling towards the near side from Glenn's Diamond. Harris Tweed is now challenged by Red Cadeaux, who stakes his claim. Racing down for the last furlong and a half. Red Cadeaux into the lead from Harris Tweed. Electrolyzer, Time's Up and Glenn's Diamond. Red Cadeaux shifting across the track, gave a nudge to Harris Tweed, but he's firmly on top of Harris Tweed. The finisher down the near side is Glenn's Diamond, who's bearing down on Red Cadeaux, who finds plenty in front, however, and Red Cadeaux has this wrapped up and wins the Yorkshire Cup from the fast finishing Glenn's Diamond. Harris Tweed was back in third. Time's Up was in fourth.
What a tremendously talented and tough horse he is. He might not have stopped improving. Red Cadeaux, joint top rated in the race, has returned a whopping 4-1.
番ゲート引かれてゲートに入ります。係が離れました。スタートしました。オルフェーブルもいいスタートを切りました。内からビートブラック、各馬がポジションの探り合いです。間から今度はジェンティルドンナ、そしてビートブラック、ジェンティルドンナ、ビートブラック、さらに当選上段今年も行きます。ビートブラック、そして当選上段が2番手、3番手にジェンティルドンナ、早めに行きます。あとはフェノーメの4番手、その後にソレミア、5番手の外、内にはスリープトラ、オルフェーブルは後方から5、6番手を進んで今 1、2コーナーの中間地点に入ります。ビートブラック先頭に立ってリードは庭新、当選上段2番手です。ジェンティルドンナインコース体半分差3番手、あとは4番手にソレミア、 5番手のうちに4番のフェノーメノが追走して、あとは2馬審査スリープトラ、あとは半馬審査でオーケンブルー3、その後は1馬審判査、外にエイシンフラッシュ、内にマウントアトス、その後は1馬審査でローズキングダム、レッドカドーです。あとは内にルーラーシップ、そしてオルフェーブル、中段のやや後ろに構えます。その後にダークシャドウ、ジャッカルベリー、あとはジャガーメイルが後方から2頭目、2馬審査最後方は名将関白でゆったりとしたペースで向こう上面から第3コーナーを目指していきます。ビートブラック先頭でリードは2馬身半、今日も2番手当選上段、まもなく3コーナー下りに入ります。ここでちょっとビートブラックリードを広げにかかりました。当選上段2番手、その後は2馬審査ジェンティルドンナ、そしてソレミア、あとは5番手のうちにフェノーメノ、そして1馬審査オーケンブルー3、あとはスリープトラ、そして外からはローズキングダム、エイシンフラッシュ、その外にオルフェーブルが今徐々に動き始めました。オルフェーブルが 4,5 番手の外まで進出して、前はビートブラックまだ後続に10馬身近くリードを取って600の標識にかかります。あとは当選上段、そしてオルフェーブルが今3番手の外目直線コースに向いてきました。ビートブラックまだリードは4馬身から5馬身でまもなく400の標識にかかります。追っているオルフェーブル、当選上段、さらにはジェンティルドンナ内食い下がっていますが、2番手は3頭広がって、さらにはフェノーメノも来た。フェノーメノ、そしてエイシンフラッシュ、ビートブラック、オルフェーブル、間からジェンティルドンナ、ビートブラック、ジェンティルドンナ、オルフェーブル、ジェンティルドンナ、オルフェーブル、ジェンティルドンナ、オルフェーブル、ジェンティルドンナ、並んでゴール。わずかにジェンティルドンナか、外は17番オルフェーブル、最後は2頭の一騎打ち。2分23秒1の決着。
Hong Kong Vase. And the gates crash back. They're often racing in the mile and a half contest. And the favourite Dunedin left well together with Dancing Rain. And the Liberator's being pushed out to get right on the speed. But Dancing Rain goes forward and crosses down to the rails from Liberator, who continues to roll on. Bayrees settles third, the fence. Joshua Tree fourth, has cover in the early part. As Liberator doesn't press on here, Marwing's got a pretty good hold on him, so he's going to park outside the leader. Dunedin, the favourite, winds up fifth in the nose roll. He's travelling strongly for Williams. Red Cadeau's gone down to the fence. Then Dandino from Jaguar Male. Further back to Meondra, Scarlet Camellia. Drifting back to second last, Bagheera and Chinchon sees them all as they turn out of the straight. And Dancing Rain leads comfortably. They're not going overly hard. It's Dancing Rain 2 lengths clear from Liberator. So Marwing's got where he wants to be now, in chasing the leader. Joshua Tree's left without cover in third on the outside of Bayrea. And Mossay's done well to come off the fence on Red Cadeaux, allowing Jaguar Male to improve. Dunedin travels better now, but boy, he was keen in the first few furlongs. A length and a half to Dandino on the outside of Meondra. 2 lengths to Scarlet Camellia, 2 lengths to Bagheera, and 3 lengths last of all now is the Singapore Cup winner Chinchon. Working down the back, and Dancing Rain travelling nicely for John Murtagh at the 1150 metres. A length clear from Joshua Tree going to second. Liberator, the hope for Hong Kong, parks in third with the run of the race. Then Red Cadeaux, placed in last year's edition. Over on the inside, Bayrea, followed by Jaguar Male. This is his 4th trip to Hong Kong. Followed by Meondra, who's improving on the inside of the favourite Dunedin. Well back in the field, Dandino from Scarlet Camellia. Back second last, Bagheera. And boy, Chinchon, he hasn't picked up any ground at all. So this field is well strung out as they travel to the turn. And Murtagh starts to up the tempo a little bit. He gets over the neck of Dancing Rain at the 600 metres. Races a length and a half now on Joshua Tree. Then Liberator from Red Cadeaux. Williams gets going on Dunedin. White pulled out in front of him on Jaguar Male. Red Cadeau's gone off the bridle. Bayrea further back and Liberator on the fence. Dancing Rain, she wants to lay out under pressure. And Jaguar Male races to the lead. Dunedin's got to dig in. It's Jaguar Male from Red Cadeaux who goes underneath him. Red Cadeaux going after Jaguar Male. Meondre third. Dunedin can't go on. Jaguar Male, the 8-year-old, he lays in on Red Cadeaux. Mossay getting serious on Red Cadeaux and he lifts. And Red Cadeaux beats Jaguar Male, who was game in defeat. Meondra third. Liberator next from Dunedin. They're followed by Bayrea from Dancing Rain, then Joshua Tree from Dandino, Scarlet Camellia, Bagheera, and Chinchon was always back last. It's another international. Meondra running third. Dunedin a bit disappointing. He was keen in the early part, but I thought Williams got him to switch off pretty well once they got to the mile mark, and then he's laboured in the straight.
Just about ready for the big one. They're set. Gates fly, they're racing in the Dubai World Cup, and Plan 2 was slow to move. Capone and Red Cadeaux not showing a great deal of pace after the start. Royal Delta is and went to the lead with Hunter's Light second. Side Glance third. Treasure Beach fourth, and an African Story. Animal Kingdom out wide. Dullahan closer to the fence, going forward on the inside of Meandre. Red Cadeaux's on the rail. A length and a half to Plan 2. Capone is second last. And Casiano had immediately dropped out to the tail of the field as Royal Delta takes them to the back of the track past the 1500 metres mark. First quarter, a leisurely 26.5. Royal Delta leading by 3 parts of a length. Animal Kingdom went up to be second. A length and a half away was Hunter's Light third on the inside of Side Glance. Another 2 lengths Meandra on the outside of Treasure Beach. A length to Dullahan, ahead to Red Cadeaux on the rail. A length to Plan 2, a length to African Story. Capone second last and Casiano. A length and a half back is the best part of 13 lengths from the lead as they cast the 1,000 metres mark astern with 800 run in 50 flat. Royal Delta taking them to the back bend and the 800 metres mark with a break of a neat length over Animal Kingdom. A length and a half away, Hunter's Light on the fence on the inside of Side Glance. 2 lengths Meandra being ridden along, then Treasure Beach. Dullahan's out 3 deep, Plan 2 in the middle. Red Cadeaux on the rail, then Casiano, followed by African Story, and Capone had dropped out to be last with 4:50 to run. Coming around the turn, Royal Delta surrendered to Animal Kingdom, who darted a length and a half in front of Side Glance. Hunter's Light into the clear. Plan 2 on the outside, and an African Story, the Derby winner. Animal Kingdom in front with 200 metres left to go. Red Cadeaux on the inside starting to flash home. Will he have time? Animal Kingdom leads. Animal Kingdom 3 lengths in front of Red Cadeaux, and Animal Kingdom wins the Dubai World Cup in a US-Australia combination. Animal Kingdom has beaten Red Cadeaux.
Really travelled and never really looked like holding off the challengers, but that kick about 300 metres out for Joel Rosario aboard Animal Kingdom. And we mentioned he's the first horse since Silver Charm to come here off the back of a Kentucky Derby success, albeit a couple of years ago, and he just showed his class there. He had to work from
中ほど18頭がゲートに収まりました。スタートしました。ゴールドシップは後方からです。追っつけながら最後方追走。さあまずは2番の里の試練が勢いをつけて先頭に立ちます。リード2馬身3馬身取っていきました。2番手には16番東海パラダイスが上がります。9番ユニバーサルバンク3番手、外からかかり気味にムスカテール3番手に並んでいきました。間はコパの神宮、そして外目からカポーティスターが続いていって、あとはマイネルキッズ、間からはフェノーメノ6、7番手の追走となって、その後ろからレッドデイビスです。3、4コーナー中間、あとは内1番の当選ラーが行きました。アドマイエラクティ、その後ろからレッドカドーが行きました。フォゲッタブル、そして東海トリック、後方ジャガーメイル名将関白、後方2頭目ゴールドシップ、最後方が3番デスペラード、この2頭並んでいます。さあ4コーナーカーブからホームストレッチに入ってきました。2番の里の試練が先頭です。レースを引っ張る里の試練、そして内に入りました16番の東海パラダイスが2番手の位置でホームストレッチ、ファンの前を流していきます。18番のムスカテールが3番手、 1000m は59秒4、やや速い流れとなりました。その後は6馬身7馬身離れた4番手、9番のユニバーサルバンクが続いて、14番コパの神宮、内は15番のカポーティスターが行きました。3馬身ほど離れて6番のフェノーメノは中段前、その後5番マイネルキッズです。レッドデイビス、当選ラー、その後ろからレッドカドー、アドマイアラクティ、ゴールドシップ後方4、5頭目、1コーナーをカーブしていきます。2コーナーカーブに入るところ、2番の里の試練はリードをさらに広げました。5馬身6馬身とリードを取ります。逃げる2番の里の試練です。単独2番手16番東海パラダイス、その後5馬身ほど離れて18番ムスカテールが3番手、向こう上面に入ります。さらに3馬身ほど離れて9番ユニバーサルバンク、14番コパの神宮、15番カポーティスターで向こう上面中ほどにかかっていきます。その後ろから15番のカポーティスターが続いて6番フェノーメノ、5番マイネルキッズ、あとは1番の当選ラー、その後ろから17番レッドデイビス、13番のレッドカドー、内7番のアドマイアラクティ、11番東海トリック、8番ゴールドシップはまだ後方5頭目の位置になりました。12番のフォゲッタブル、あとは4番のジャガーメイルが続いて10番名将関白、最後方が3番デスペラード。さあ外回り3コーナーカーブ、坂の頂上に向かって2番の里の試練、リードは10馬身ぐらい。さあ坂の頂点から 下っていって4コーナーを目指していきます。2番手は16番の東海パラダイス、3番手は2頭並んでフェノーメノ3番手で上がりました。あとは内は9番のユニバーサルバンク当選だ。そしてゴールドシップが動いていって今コイの後ろにつけました。さあ先頭変わった。残り600を通過して東海パラダイス先頭、フェノーメノ、そして外から当選だ。そのすぐ後ろ4番手にゴールドシップ上がってきた。あとはジャガーメールレッドカドー、4コーナーから直線コースに入ってフェノーメノが単独先頭だ。フェノーメノ先頭、そして2番手当選だ。ゴールドシップジャガーメールが追ってくる。さあ先頭フェノーメノ、内にラチにつけるフェノーメノ先頭、当選だが並んでくる。そしてレッドカドー、内は東海パラダイスジャガーメール、ゴールドシップは 4,5 番手だ。ゴールドシップはこれは届かない。先頭は6番フェノーメノ、2番手は1番当選だ。レッドカドーが3番手、ゴールドシップ4着争い。フェノーメノだ。フェノーメノゴールイン、悲願の G1 制覇、フェノーメノ海老名正義、ダービー2着、そして秋の天皇賞2着と涙を飲んだフェノーメノ、この淀の 3200m で悲願の G1 制覇です。
And they're off now. Fiorente, Dandino jump away well. Verima got out quickly and Dunedin jumped nicely down on the inside. Seville's prominent. Faulkner just in behind them in the early part. Green Moon on the improve and coming over Dear Demi. From wide out there's Hawkesbury going up and also Ibasenko, and Rossello's on the move across too with Trey Blue, and Mount Athos settling just off the leading bunch of horses. Faulkner's gone right back, he's settled down last of all, so down towards the 2,700 metres now, and Rossello from wide out and Trey Blue are going up with Brown Panther. They're the three early leaders. Dear Demi just in behind them, followed by Hawkesbury. Green Moon's got over onto the rails, followed closely by Ibasenko. Mount Athos a little bit wide from Super Cool. Seville's down on the inside, followed by Murian on the outside of Dunedin and Red Cadeaux. Simonon, Dandino, and they're followed then as they go down past the judge then by Fiorente in the middle. A length and a half to Verima, being followed by Mars Marvel, and behind that one then came Valeurs de Kerr. They're being followed then by Royal Empire on the inside from Ethiopia, Fortella. They're being followed by Seamoon right back at the end, and Faulkner was last of all. So they're making their way along the side of the course now, and Rossello makes play. Trey Blue is up there in second placing as they run up the side. Brown Panther with a nice trailers down third on the inside. About a length and a half further back in the field then Dear Demi, who's along the inside rail, and over on the outside in a prominent placing Green Moon and Faulkner on the outside of those, and they're being followed then by behind those. Mount Athos has slid around the outside and he's got up into about fourth placing, followed by Murian, and back behind him Seville on the inside from Ibasenko. Red Cadeau's on a very wide move, followed by Dandino as they go to the 1400. Simonon was next in the field, being followed by Super Cool, and then came Royal Empire, who's got away from the rail. Valeurs de Kerr, Ethiopia, Dandino the rail, then came Mask Marvel, still well back in the field came Sea Moon, and behind him is Fortella, and Faulkner's last of all. Rossello the leader, about 1,100 metres left to go in the cup. It's Rossello leading by a length and a half to Trey Blue, Brown Panther, and Mount Athos in fourth placing, closely being followed by Dear Demi on the inside, and Murian commencing a move. Then came Red Cadeaux, Hawkesbury, Green Moon the fence from Super Cool, Ibasenko. Then Seville strung up for a run on the inside as Simonon goes around the outside with Fiorente, and Ethiopia putting in runs as they sweep down towards the home turn. Well back, shuffle back with Seville. Dandino's amongst the end. Dunedin is back there with him as they come around the turn. Faulkner's made ground. He's gone right to the outside, and Seamoon is coming with him into the straight now, and Red Cadeaux and Simonon race up and go to the lead from Mount Athos down on the inside. They're followed by Fiorente starting to come home hard, and then came Super Cool and Faulkner down the outside. Red Cadeaux tackled by Fiorente. Mount Athos kicking back on the inside. It's Fiorente in front on the outside with Red Cadeaux. Fiorente and Red Cadeaux from Mount Athos. Fiorente just in front of Red Cadeaux, who's coming back. Fiorente by a neck. Oliver's lifting him, and Fiorente won the Melbourne Cup for Gay. Red Cadeaux second, Mount Athos third. Simonon ran fourth. Ibasenko, and behind them is Seamoon, and then Murian, Hawkesbury, followed by Fortella, Dear Demi, Royal Empire, never a chance. Mark Marvel back towards the end. Dunedin is back in that bunch. A long break in the field, then to Green Moon, Trey Blue, and Rossello, one of the last. He lines up, and the field is ready for dispatch. They're set. inside. Faulkner got away well. Mutual Regard jumped quickly, so did Who Shot the Barman. Areldo immediately over their heels, crossing towards the inside. Speed out wide, it was Mr. O'Kieran. Willing Foe, Sign-Off going towards the middle of the pack in the early stages. Out very wide as Brambles, and Au Revoir in the blue cap is the deepest runner. Precedence has gone back. He's last of all as they settle into stride. Admire Active got away well, and he's up there with My Ambivalent. So they're the two leaders. My Ambivalent pulling hard on the inside. The leader from Admire Acting, and 2 lengths away in third, Royal Diamond. Faulkner's got over fourth today, beautifully positioned, and then Janub, Ladari, Lucia Valentino, Willing Foe caught a little bit deep there from Who Shot the Barman between horses. Then came Brambles on the outside of Unchain My Heart, Mutual Regard, Au Revoir wide around Red Cadeaux, Protectionist and Opinion. They're being followed further back by Sign-Off. Next on his side, inside was Areldo as they sweep out of the straight. Gatewood towards the end. Then Mr. O'Kieran, who's caught out very wide. Precedence is back second last, and Seismos is last of all as the Emirates Melbourne Cup field starts to stretch out because My Ambivalent wants to run, and she leads by about 3 lengths. Admire Acne is holding down second, about 1.5 lengths to Royal Diamond third, and they're a long way in front, about 4 lengths clear then to Faulkner, and over on the inside was Janub as they run up the riverside. With those as Brambles, 1.5 lengths further back, Red Cadeaux, who's deep out and he's on the move. Being followed then between horses is Willing Foe. Ladari's on the rail, and Au Revoir is also posted out quite wide as they run up towards the 1400. Then came Sign-Off, he's midfield at the moment. Being followed further back then by Who Shot the Barman, down on the inside of Gatewood, improving his place, and then Lucia Valentina, Mutual Regard and Opinion. A length Protectionist, Areldo well back, followed by Unchain My Heart. Back to the end as Precedence in company with Mr. O'Kieran, and Seismos was still last of all at the 1200 metres, and the leader is still My Ambivalent by 2, Admire Acti, and Brambles had gone up into third placing, followed by Royal Diamond, Red Cadeaux. A length away is Janub, and they're followed then by Au Revoir. Faulkner bides his time, and Sign-Off is starting a move. They're being followed by Ladari, Willing Foe, Gatewood well back in the field as Opinion, and Who Shot the Barman, Lucia Valentina on the rail, followed by Mutual Regard, Areldo, Protectionist, Unchain My Heart. Precedence towards the end with Mr. O'Kieran, and Seismos was still last. Coming around the turn now, and Brambles is the first one to race up and challenge My Ambivalent as they swing around the bend. They're being followed by Red Cadeaux, poised for his run, and so is Sign-Off, and Au Revoir's wider, followed by Gatewood. Admire Act is well back. Opinion is pulled out. Mutual Regard is threading through, and so too Protectionist. Red Cadeaux hits the front. Sign-Off coming after him with 300 metres to go. Willing Foe starting to run on down the outside, and Protectionist is bursting through. Protectionist raced to Red Cadeaux, Who Shot the Barman, and then Sign-Off. But Protectionist raced away at the 100-metre mark. It's Germany's Melbourne Cup. Protectionist by 3 lengths to Red Cadeaux, and Protectionist bolted in the cup by 3. Red Cadeaux second again. Who Shot the Barman third, and then set.
Just relax, riders, hang on.
They're off. Trip to Paris jump well, so did the Offer, and Fame Game being eased in the early part of the race. Away pretty quickly, Who Shot the Barman, Sartorius, Criterion, Max Dynamite not too far away, down towards the inside. They're quite prominent. Over towards the outside, Quest for More is riding forward. Big Orange maintaining his line with Excess Knowledge on his outside, but they're both heading up towards the front-running horses. It's quite a bunch field, not a tremendous amount of speed about in the early part. Fame Game's gone right back. He has about 4 or 5 behind him in his outside, El Moon Quith. Quest for More had crossed down to the rails, and he has the lead, but they're not going particularly hard. Quest for More being joined by Big Orange. Excess Knowledge out wide on the course. He's posted deep without any cover. Snow Sky Pink Cap is fourth, and they're followed Criterion on the inside, and Trip to Paris gets a nice run. 1.5 lengths Who Shot the Barman, Max Dynamite, and then Sky Hunter on the outside, about 1.5 lengths further back in the field as Bondi Beach, Prince of Penzance and Grand Marshal. Back behind those horses then is our Ivanhoe on the inside, and then Hocko, Brave, Red Cadeaux, Sartorius, the Offer. About a length further back, Gust of Wind on the inside. They're followed then by the United States and Fame Game, and well back in the field is El Moon Quith. Hartnell the outside, followed by Preferment. And a length away is Kingfisher. He's at the tail end of the field. So they make their way along the riverside of the course now. And the field is being led by Big Orange now. He's out by 2 lengths. Excess Knowledge is second. Quest for More is third. Snow Sky is fourth. And Criterion getting a beautiful trail fifth. A length to Trip to Paris. As they make their way by the 1600 metres next, Max Dynamite. Posted a little bit deep, then Sky Hunter, followed by Who Shot the Barman, Prince of Penzance. Then came Grand Marshal. He'd be dead set middle of the field at the moment. Being followed Bondi Beach out 3 wide, and then Our Ivanhoe being followed by Hocko Brave. A length further back is Red Cadeaux. With him is the Offer over on the outside as they make their way down the back of the course, and about a length and a half further back in the field then is a gust of wind down on the inside. Back behind those horses then is El Moonquith as a fair way back in the field. Sartorius was outside of Red Cadeaux, and they're followed now Fame Game. He'd be 20 lengths away from the leader. They're being followed then by Preferment at the end of the field. Kingfisher is still back last. Hartnell's about third last. Coming up the side of the course, they race before the home turn. Big Orange from Excess Knowledge. A length away then, Quest for More. Trip to Paris. He's working into it on the outside, and so is Snow Sky wide out. Then came Criterion trying to find a way through. Round the outside came Sky Hunter, and Bondi Beach off the track is making ground 2. Our Ivanhoe waiting for a run down on the inside as they bunch up around the turn. Now Fame Game, he's got to the extreme outside with the Offer. Big Orange first for home from Excess Knowledge. Snow Sky joining in, and now Trip to Paris is coming. They're followed then by Who Shot the Barman, going for a run on the inside as Our Ivanhoe. Coming past the 300 metres, Excess Knowledge went to the lead narrowly. Here's Prince of Penzance coming on down the outside. Prince of Penzance from Michelle Payne. Now Max Dynamite starts to charge home. Prince of Penzance from Max Dynamite. Prince of Penzance, it's history at Flemington. Michelle Payne. Prince of Penzance beat Max Dynamite. Criterion's run third, then either Trip to Paris, gust of wind, or Big Orange, the next one's over. Just behind those horses, the Offer, and they're followed by Excess Knowledge, and back behind those then in the field was Fame Game, didn't come on, and they were trailed then by Our Ivanhoe. Further back is Bondi Beach, Hartnell, El Moonquith, Preferment, Kingfisher's well back with